If you're ready to begin class, we are going to begin in child's pose. So allow those knees to come down to the mat, big toes together, slip those hips towards your heels, wiggle if you need to, and then on your breath and time, begin to bow your heart forward so that you can release the chest as close to the mat as possible. Letting your forehead rest on the ground or on that mat. And if it does not rest on the ground or on that mat, then go ahead and stack your palms or make two fists or place something like a blanket or a block so that you can prop that space between your eyebrows in a supported capacity. Go ahead and draw a full breath in through your nose. And then exhale, release that breath from your mouth. A couple more times, breath in through the nose. Breath out of the mouth. One more big cleansing breath in, expanding like a giant balloon through the abdomen, maybe even lifting through the back. And then exhale like you've let the air out of that balloon, decompress, sink closer towards the earth, relaxing those shoulders. Take your tongue, lick your lips, seal them to one another, and then begin breathing in and out of the nose. Constrict the back of the throat. Create that channel for your breath to flow as you inhale and exhale through those nostrils. This is known as your Ujjayi Pranayama, but it also has a couple of other names, which I refer to from time to time, either that oceanic breath, sounds like the pulling of the ocean or the sound of the waves as we inhale and as we exhale. And it's also known as our victorious breath because it is powerful. This breath allows us to relax or calm the mind. It allows us to create and build heat from within. Allow your inhales to grow longer in length if possible. Noticing how your back can dome as you inhale. And as you exhale, either release the same amount of air or perhaps even release more. Continue that breath work in and out from the nostrils. And as you continue that breath work in and out, begin to scan the body. Start by scanning from the tips of your fingers, traveling all the way through the shoulders, working your way from your neck down to the low back. From that low back through your hips, wrap around to the front area of the body. So scan from front and back. Working your way through the knees until you finally reach the bottom of your feet and to the edge or the toes. Let yourself scan in the opposite direction, observing with kindness, observing with love and gratitude for the beautiful being that you are, the abilities that you have, for the fact that you were able to wake up this morning, roll this mat out, and set this time aside for yourself. Hopefully there's a large smile on your face, or at least there's some gloating and contentment within your heart that you are who you are. And now with that, if you'd like to set an intention, a dedication for your practice, or even practice with a personal mantra, this is your opportunity to seek from within to find what it is that you'd like to send your love and your light to. Retain it for yourself. Retain some for yourself or send some out to others. Whatever you decide on, draw full breath in, letting yourself dome up, letting your belly expand, and then exhale, releasing that breath. As you draw your next breath in, press those palms into the mat, lift your heart up a couple of inches. And as you exhale, walk your hands towards that top right corner, leaving that left hand to the very tip top of that corner, resting either your left ear on the bicep or down to the mat. And then if you'd like, extend and slide your right hand to your heel, to your hip, to the small of your back, or around to this left side of your body. You can also leave the palm resting comfortably right by you. Draw a full breath in here. Expand as you let that breath go by pushing towards that left heel or that left side. One more inhale here. Letting that breath go. As you draw your next breath in, extend that right hand towards that top corner, lifting the heart up. Walk to center and then exhale. Slide your hands towards that left side. Rotate your rib cage slightly towards the left. Leave your right fingertips down on that mat and then slide this left hand anywhere you'd like. So if you want to keep it by your thigh, keep it by your thigh. Rest the temple or the ear on the bicep or on the ground. Let the hand slide to the heel, small of the back, or anywhere it feels comfortable for you. Draw a full breath in through your nose. Release that breath out of the nose if possible. One more, draw that breath in, extending through the fingertips. And as you exhale, feeling yourself melt or sink. On your time, releasing and extending that left palm to the top left corner, lifting your chest up, walking your hands to center. Settle the hips towards the heels, bow down for last child's pose in this position. Inhale through the nose here. Exhale to release. As you take your next breath in, begin to lift and rise up onto all fours. As you make your way onto all fours, slide the hips from the right side of the room to the left side of the room. Allow your head to swing and sway as well. Maybe look over the shoulders as you push your hips in one direction. You gaze to the opposite side. Any additional movement that you may be craving, let yourself move there or go there. Listen to that teacher from within. Pause when you're ready in the middle. Tuck your toes under. And as you tuck your toes under, shift the weight of the body back. And as you shift the weight of the body back, we're stretching our feet. If this is too intense for you, then just shift the weight of the body forward so that you can release some of that pressure. Breath in through the nose, soft bend at the elbows. And then if you'd like, roll your little toes out towards the edges of your mat, finding a little more length through the bottom of that foot. Inhale, roll the pinky toes back in, anchor through your big toes as you let your breath go. You can do this a couple of times. So if you want to roll the little toes out, roll them out. If you want to bring the big toes back into the anchoring point, you're welcome to do so. Last breath in, last breath out. All on your breath and time, sliding forward, lifting your feet off the mat, a few circles just to bring back that blood flow or circulation into the ankles. Lowering your feet down to the mat, lift your right hand off the earth, a few circles with that right wrist in one direction and in the opposite direction. And then place that right hand down, lifting the left. Few circles here, return that left palm down to the mat, spread your fingers nice and wide, create little cupcake holders or spider legs with your fingers as you spread them wide. Pull the shoulders away from your ears, point your elbows back with a soft bend. Allow the hips to be in line with those knees and your shoulders in line with your wrists. Curling your toes under, we'll inhale, drop the belly down, retracting the shoulders and lifting the chest up for our cow pose. On our exhale, press the tops of the feet onto the mat, dome your spine, curling it up. Inhale for that cow pose, soften at the elbows as you let your chest drop down, then lift the head up. Exhale, dome that spine, press the ground away from you. One more round, inhale for that cow pose. Exhale as you cat it back up, keep those ribs intact or knitting them together. And then inhale, neutralize the spine. As you neutralize the spine, bring your knees together. And as you bring those knees together, curl your right toes under, extending that left leg behind you. As that left leg comes behind you, take your right hand, pull your navel up and in, feel that back leg connect. Imagine there's a string tied to your heel and your toes are pointing down. Either staying here or extending that right arm forward. Draw a breath in, looking at your left thumb. And now exhale, pull the elbow and the knee in towards your body, looking at your kneecap. Inhale, take it nice and long. Exhale, pull it in. Flare your toes if you can, extending long. Exhale, pulling it in tight. One more. Inhale, reaching nice and long. Exhale, pulling it all back in. On our next breath in, we'll extend the arm and the leg, lowering our palm to the mat, crossing this left foot over to the right side, squeezing those thighs. And as we exhale, we'll look over our right shoulder. Draw a full breath in here. Reach through the crown, relax the shoulders away. And as you exhale, you can gently begin to shift your hip a little more towards that left side. One more breath if you'd like. Letting that breath go. On our next inhale, take the gaze to the top of the mat, sliding your foot directly behind you, hooking the right toes for side plank to the right side of your mat. Inhale, we'll extend and reach up towards the ceiling with that left arm. As we bring that left arm up towards the sky, begin to extend the left fingertips towards the top of the mat. Decide where you want to gaze. Keep that right elbow softly bent. Press to the blade of your left foot. Draw a full breath in here. Letting that breath go. Inhale, extend and reach your arm back up towards the sky, either staying right where you're at or lifting that left leg off the ground. As you lift that left leg off the ground, point and flex the toes. Notice how you can engage the quad as well as your calf. And then when you're ready, point those toes, curl the heel in towards the body. If it's accessible for you, grab the ankle, the top of the foot. If you need a modification, pull the knee into the chest, even let the toes rest down on the mat. Then grab the foot, curl the heel in when you're able to grab it. And if you'd like, you can even keep that heel curled, your hand on your hip instead. So there's a place for every individual's need. Some days you can bind, some days it's not what your body wants. So just honor yourself. Take one more breath in here. Let that breath go. On the next inhale, release, extend the arm and the leg, dropping the foot down, spinning that left hand down and around, rotating those hips back to center. Lift that left leg up once more and trace a few circles in one direction and then the opposite. Lowering your leg or the knee down to the mat, wiggle those hips right side to left side. Go ahead and keep your legs like they're on railroad tracks and slide the weight of the body back. As you slide the weight of the body back, we're taking 3, maybe 4 rounds of cat-cows in the roller coaster tradition, or that ride forward. Breathing in, bend those elbows, slither the heart forward. Take your time as you lift up. On your exhale, dome your spine, cat it back, sending the weight of the body towards the heels. Inhale, roll forward, cow pose. Exhale, take that right back. 2 more. Inhale, we dip low, we lift up high. We'll exhale, dome our spine, work the weight of the body back. Last one. Let yourself use the full expression of the breath as you inhale and as you exhale. And inhale, we'll rise back up into tabletop. As we rise back into our tabletop, we'll bring those knees together, tucking our left toes under. We'll inhale, extend that right leg behind us. Bringing your left hand to your belly, engage the core. Now, if you're similar to my structure, I have double jointed on my elbows. So you'll notice that my elbows can twist. So if that's the case with you, point the elbow head back, keep a soft bend, grip into your fingers. As the belly comes up and in, flex your toes or point them down to the mat. If you want to leave the palm down, leave that palm down. Otherwise, taking that left hand forward. Draw a breath in. Exhale, pull the elbow heads in and the elbow. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, curl it in. Long breath. Exhale, shorten it up. Last one, breath in. Breath out. Inhale, extending the arm and the leg. Exhale, palm down. Cross your leg over towards this right side. And as you exhale, look over the left shoulder. Sorry, your leg is going over to the left side. Draw a full breath in. Let that breath go. Take another full breath in, extending through the crown, shoulders drifting away from the ears, squeezing the thighs if you'd like. And then as you let your breath go, you can press towards this right side. Inhale, we'll look back to the top of the mat, side plank as we step that right foot behind us, hook the left toes to the left edge, reach that right arm up towards the sky, anchor our body first, extend your fingertips to that top edge. So right fingertips go to the top edge, press through the blade of your right foot. Notice what happens with your hip flexor and the length of your body. Inhale, the arm goes up. If you're ready to lift and float the leg, lift and float it. Point and flex those toes. And then decide if you're going to bind or not. And if you bind, great. And if you don't, that's wonderful as well. Draw a full breath in. Send the kneecap away from the body. Gaze anywhere it feels comfortable for you. One more inhale, your length, and let that breath go. As you take your next breath in, release the leg, extending the arm. Foot down to the back end of the mat, hand spins around, rotating the hips back to center. Lifting that right leg, a few circles with this right knee in one direction and then the opposite direction. Lowering your right knee down to the mat, wiggle those hips, maybe a few circles or a round of cat-cows if that's what you'd like, but all on your breath and time. Tuck the toes under, lift your kneecaps off the mat, tilt your hips up for that inverted V. As you come into your inverted V, also known as our downward facing dog, a few things that I want you to do before you begin to settle into that space. One, begin to march your feet, paddling out, finding that length for the hamstrings, the calves, and even the activation of your shin bones or the shin muscle. So if you'll look towards your kneecaps and slide your gaze down towards your shin bones, you'll notice as you paddle back and forth that that muscle engages. as you lengthen the leg. Go ahead and now find stillness. As you find stillness, imagine that you've got 2 fists in between your big toes. That's the distance you want to keep for a moment. Hollow out your armpits, pressing your heart towards your thighs, letting your head get heavy so it's a little droopy. Say a yes with your head here. Say a no with your head here. Rotating your armpits if you need to, or your biceps towards that hollowing portion of your armpits. One more breath here. Let that breath go. On your next breath in, lift your heels up nice and high. Bend your knees generously. Press your belly or your heart towards those thighs. Keep the hips elevated, maybe a little bounce if you need it. Now go ahead and take that gaze towards your thumbs. Begin to walk your feet forward, or if you prefer, walk your hands towards your feet, but you'll exhale at the top for a forward fold. Inhale, you'll lift up halfway. Flat back, belly is in. Exhale, release it all the way back down. Separate your feet wider than hip width distance and take Ragdoll Pose as you grab those elbows and you hook your thumbs on the crease of the arms. Dangle or wiggle side to side. You can straighten those legs one at a time or at the same time. You can once more say a yes with your head or a no with your head, or just let the head dangle. Draw a full breath in. Let that breath go. Coming back to center, we'll release our fingertips to the earth. We'll walk our feet back towards one another. As our feet come back towards one another, keeping that soft bend in the knees, we'll inhale, reverse, and rise up. Drag those arms to your sides. Lift those arms when you're ready up towards the sky. Draw a breath in, palms kiss, shoulders away from our ears. Exhale, hands come into prayer and at our heart space. Draw a full breath in, smile and pull your shoulders up. Let that breath go, roll those shoulders down. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, pull the heads and elbows down. Inhale, extend and reach the arms up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Breath in, and then exhale, extend and lean over towards that left edge of the room. Pressing through the blade of your left foot. Stay strong through that right side. Inhale, come back to center. Switch that grip out. Exhale, extend and lean the body over towards that right side. Inhale, we'll come back to center, releasing those arms. Exhale, bending those knees, folding forward. Lowering the fingertips down to the mat. Step back with that right foot. As you step back with that right foot, plant the palms down. Take that left foot back. Tilt your hips up for downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift the heels up high. Bend those knees generously. Press your heart towards your thighs. As you press your heart towards your thighs, you're looking at your kneecaps. You're building strength here as well as heat. So it's okay if you're getting warm. One more inhale. Letting that breath go. Now inhale, look to the top of the mat, slide the weight forward into plank pose. It's almost like you extended a mat. When you're ready, drop down to those knees, pull your elbows in, allow yourself to lower the chest all the way down to the mat. Slide your hands beyond the mat, create either cupcake protectors or flat palms, your choice. If your back is tight, take those legs out wider. If your back is fine, keep those thighs close to one another. Pull the shoulders up. Roll the shoulders back and down, and then inhale, lift your chest up for modified cobra. Try to relax your glutes so that you're really feeling that link through the hip flexors, the psoas, and not in the glutes. One more breath in. Let that breath go. Lower the body down. Inhale, lift it up. Drop your right shoulder now if you'd like. Look over to the left side. As you look over to that left side, try to get that scapular release by pulling the shoulder back. One more inhale and that exhale. Then inhale, returning to center to switch it out. Left shoulder down to the middle, looking to the right. Pull that scapula up and in, or that shoulder blade. Feel the link through your collarbone. Inhaling through your nose here. Exhale that breath out, and then inhale, lifting back up to center. Exhale will release the body down towards the ground. If you need to wiggle those wrists for whatever reason, take your hands, lift them up. Otherwise, bring those palms by your breastbone. Pull your elbows in, shine the elbow heads back, curl those toes. Inhale, plank onto your knees. Plank off your knees to exhale, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, we'll inhale, extend and lift that right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee and stack hip over hip. If you prefer not to stack the hips, that's fine. As you do this, angle your right armpit towards that left kneecap. From this stacked position, you can allow yourself to trace big circles with this right knee in one direction and then the opposite direction. Or if you prefer, just stay stacked. One more inhale here. And that exhale here, then inhale, extending the legs, squaring the hips back into that three-legged dog. Lift that back leg up. One more inhale, and then exhale. Take your right knee and somewhere along this right elbow, tap it. Inhale, take the leg nice and long behind you. Exhale, cross it over towards that left elbow. Inhale, extend the right leg back and up. And then exhale, pull that right knee in towards your belly. Step the foot wherever it lands. And then if you need to, grab your hand, grab the calf with that right hand, slide the foot forward versus forcing the hip or thrusting the hip forward. As you arrive here, drop that left knee down, top of the left foot on the ground. Inhale, lift it up for that low lunge, arms to your sides and up towards the sky. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down, press that left hip forward so that you can really dive in deeper into the hip flexor. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, let your right hand release to the right side. Take that left arm and extend the body as you curve. Your fingertips don't have to touch the mat. That's fine. They can hover. Inhale, both arms back up. Exhale, elbow heads pull down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Curling the back toes, lifting that back knee, leaving your left fingertips down. Inhale, take that right arm up towards the sky. As that right arm goes up towards the sky, reach the fingertips like you're trying to grab a light bulb. And then exhale, lower your hand down. Spin your back foot perpendicular to the mat or an 85-degree angle, right heel in line with the arch of that left foot. Cartwheel your arms up as you rise into that warrior two. Allow your gaze to go to the back hand this time, and then take that gaze forward, drop the shoulders down, pull the belly up and in, squeeze the glutes if you need to, find that intention. Once more, bending this right knee, drop that back hand down, flip that right palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Draw a breath in. You're welcome to spin this left shoulder towards the front of the room if your body permits it. One more inhale here. And then exhale, extended side angle, forearm on the thigh, left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling, however you see fit. Imagine lifting up so high, you found yourself grabbing that light bulb, press the blade of your left foot, keep that right knee at a 90-degree-ish angle. Don't allow the knee to go beyond the ankle. One more inhale and exhale, then inhale, reverse that warrior. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame that front foot. As we frame our front foot, walk your hands a foot forward. Drag the left toes on the mat. Lift the left leg up, and now you're balancing on your right foot. Stay halfway lifted. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, fold it all the way down for that standing split. Now the leg can be a little bit lower if you need it, or the leg can be up a little higher. If you've opened up the hip, allow the hip to close down so that the hip points are in line. One more breath in and one more breath out. On your next inhale, rise up halfway. Pull this left knee in towards your belly. Step that left foot down. Big toes kiss. Heels separate lightly. Bend those knees. Sit the hips low. Inhale, rise up for chair. As you rise up for that chair, draw a breath in. Pull the belly button in like it's a little accordion. Palms together, hands at prayer and at your heart space. Sink a little bit lower. As you squeeze those thighs, also isometrically think of pulling them apart. So this little love-hate relationship, as you're squeezing, you're pushing as well. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, release it down. Separate the feet once more, wider than hip width distance, either grabbing for ragdoll or grabbing those big toes for big toe bind with your peace fingers. Pull the heart down, send the elbows to the left and to the right. Wiggle the body if you'd like. Draw a breath in here. Let that breath go. One more. Inhale deeply. Exhale nice and long. And then releasing where you're at, hands down to the mat, feet walk back towards one another, bend in the knees, inhale, reverse and rise. Sweep those arms up towards the sky, a full breath in. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, palms together, hands at prayer and at your heart space. Take a full belly breath in here. Close your eyes if you'd like, let that breath go. On your next inhale, reach those arms back up towards the sky. And as you exhale, pull this right knee in towards your heart. As this right knee comes in towards the heart, take your hands, wrap it underneath that hamstring. Allow the knee to come into a 90-degree angle. So if you pulled it up higher, that's fine if it feels fine. But if you can, align this hip and the knee to that 90-degree angle. As you lower it down into that 90-degree angle, go ahead and extend that right leg long. You can point the toes. Flexing them is a little bit harder. The trick here is not to let this left knee, left hip push. So stay strong. So if that means lowering your leg down a little lower, that's fine. If that means keeping the knee bent, that's fine. One more inhale. And that exhale. On your next inhale, release the leg, extend the arms up towards the sky, bending that right knee, palms together, hands at prayer and at your heart space. You're still super strong through this left glute. I know it's getting tired because so is mine. One more breath in. And as we exhale, warrior three, begin to fold at the waist, extend that back leg to the back of the house, balancing on your left foot. Take those arms either to airplane variation or send them forward for warrior three. If you're able to flex those right toes, one more inhale, embrace the shape, and then exhale, lower the palms down. As we lower the palms down, step back into that runner's lunge, float back into three-legged dog. Left leg is backing up, roll the heart into three-legged plank, then regular plank if you'd like, or floating plank, on or off your knees. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Inhale, lifting up for cobra or that baby cobra. Pulling the scapulas together, drawing a breath in, even though your belly is compressed. Letting that breath go, you'll lower down. Inhale, plank on or off your knees to exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here. Let that breath go. One more inhale here, letting that breath go. On our next breath in, extend and lift that left leg up, bending the knees, stacking hip over hip. You can either stay here or you can angle your armpit towards that right knee. You can also trace or create those big circles, whatever your hip joint may need. Coming back to center, extending the legs, squaring the heart as you exhale. Allow this left knee to come somewhere towards the left elbow. Inhale, extend the leg nice and long. Exhale, cross it to the right side. Inhale, reaching long. And then exhale, drawing the knee in towards the heart and lifting that right heel high, stepping that foot until you allow it to slide in between your thumbs. Dropping that right knee down, top of the right foot on the earth. Inhale, you'll rise up for that low lunge. Adjust your stance, let yourself get comfortable here. Press with the top of your foot, breath in. And then exhale, pulling the elbow heads down. Inhale, extending and lifting the arms up. Exhale, side bend. Take that left arm to the left side. Don't let your knee collapse. Don't let your heart collapse. One more breath here. Letting that breath go. Then inhale, those arms reach back up. Exhale, the elbows pull down. Push that right hip forward. Feel yourself engage that right glute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands will frame that left foot. Tucking your back toes, lifting that back knee, leading your right fingertips down. Inhale, sweep that left arm up. Shoulders stripped away from the ears. Keep extending and reaching like you're grabbing that light bulb, but sink through the hips. Breath in, and then exhale, the hands release down to the mat. Warrior two, as you spin that right blade. Inhale, cartwheel and rise up. Adjust your stance, pointing your right toe slightly towards that top corner of the room versus the toes pointing back. So if your toes are pointing back, it creates this left knee to collapse. So if you have a soft angle, you'll be able to dip down a little further. Pull the belly in, hug or rotate this right hip open, extending through the fingertips, front and back. Drop your back hand down, flip that left palm, inhale, reverse the warrior. You can gently begin to rotate your heart forward or that right shoulder to the front. One more inhale here. And then exhale, extended side angle, forearm on the thigh. Not all of our weight is dropped here, but we do allow that connection. Extend and reach your arm up towards the sky. Breath in, breath out. One more. Letting that breath go. Then inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel those hands, frame that left foot. As you frame that left foot, we have standing split. So walk your hands a foot forward, drag the right toes, straighten that left leg, lift that right leg off the ground. You're in a halfway lift. And then you'll exhale, fold it all the way down. Breath in through the nose, breath out of the nose. Keep lifting through this right hamstring. One more inhale. And exhale, Then inhale, rising up halfway, pulling that right knee into your belly. Step that right foot down. As you step that right foot down, exhale for a forward fold. Prep for chair pose. So go ahead and allow those big toes to come together or closer towards one another. Spread them wide, bending the knees, dropping the belly and sitting the hips low. Inhale, chair pose. Now from here, pull that belly into an accordion. So almost like you're bending a metal rod. Pull that belly in, sink into the heels instead. Lift the chest up instead of folding forward. So it's not about how low can you bring your chest. It's how much weight can you allow these thighs to work. Draw a breath in here. Palms together, squeeze the thighs, press through the blades of your feet. Bring your hands into prayer and at your heart space. Draw a full breath in. Let that breath go. Draw one more breath in. Sink just a millimeter if you can as you let that breath go. Now inhale, those arms reach forward, lift the heels, slide the hands back, come into that cliff diver. And if you kerplunk, just catch yourself. Sometimes that happens. My ankles give out. I bow forward too much. One more inhale, I promise. Exhale, drop the heels down. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, heads of the elbows pull down. Inhale, those arms reach up. Exhale, hands release to our sides for mountain pose. As we come into that mountain pose, inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, pull that left knee into your belly. Let your hands wrap around that hamstring, adjust the length. Keep the femur engaged, drawing that breath in through your nose. Letting that breath go. When you're ready, extend and straighten the leg if you'd like. Holding onto the pant legs if you need to, that's perfectly fine. Or holding onto the back of the hamstring, that's fine too. Point and flex the toes, whatever feels right for you. If you need to keep that knee bent, keep that knee bent. One more inhale here. Letting that breath go. On your next breath in, release those arms up towards the sky, bend that knee. Take your time as you work your way into warrior three. Bowing at the chest, extending this left leg behind you. Either hands fan out for airplane or the arms stay forward for warrior three. Regardless of what you're doing, stay strong through this right glute, this right femur as you bow your chest down. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, prep. Exhale, fold it forward. As you fold forward, lunge back, step that left foot back, plant the palms down. Three-legged dog as the right leg goes behind you. Three-legged plank as you roll the body forward. On or off your knees, exhale, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhale, squeeze the elbows into the arm, rise up for cobra or even upward facing dog. Draw that breath in. Let your breath go. Begin to work the weight of the body back into your plank and then exhale into downward facing dog. Drop the knees down to the earth, big toes together, knees wide, child's pose as you slide the weight of the body back. Inhale through your nose here. Exhale out of the nose. One more big breath in. Letting that breath go. When you're ready to rise back up, you're welcome to come back into tabletop and then into that downward facing dog. But if you need a little more time here in child's pose, give yourself permission to do so. So on your breath, your time, inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. On your next inhale, extend and float that right leg up towards the sky. We are working our way into flip dog today or even wild things. So if you know that's not where you want to go, just stay here in three-legged dog. When you're ready, bend the knees, stack hip over hip, slide the weight of the body forward so that your shoulders are over the wrist. Spin that back foot so that you're on the blade of it until the weight of the body folds over towards that right side. And then wild thing, your left leg is straight, your right knee is bent, your arm extends back. If this is too much, lower the hip down. Draw a breath in. When you're ready, rotate and spin back around into that three-legged dog. From that three-legged dog, exhale, take that right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, cross it over towards the left side. Inhale, take it long. Exhale, pull the knee into your chest, look forward, plant that foot in between the thumbs. Inhale, rising up into high crescent lunge. So lift those arms up towards the sky, a full breath in. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, those arms reach up, taking your right hand to that right side. Extend the left fingertips towards that right edge. One more breath here. Keep hugging this left hip forward so it's in line with the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Pivot that back foot. Adjust your stance. Find your strength. Back hand down. Flip the right palm. Inhale, reverse it. One more breath here. Exhale, extended side angle. Forearm on the thigh. Lift and extend that left arm up and over. Bring both the left fingertips and the right fingertips towards the front of the mat if you need more core challenge. Rotate the heart open. One last breath in. Let it go. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands. Frame that front foot. As you frame that front foot, looking forward, hands walk a foot forward until you're able to balance on your right leg and drag that left foot up. Big inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, fold it forward. One more inhale here. Letting that breath go. As you take your next breath in, rise up halfway. If you'd like, curl this left heel towards the right side. Leave your left fingertips down on the mat or even on a block to give you a little more height. Take your right hand, grab the left toes. As you grab the left toes, kick the toes into the hand. As you kick those toes into your hand, you're welcome to turn your gaze to the right side, or if you prefer to look forward, look forward. You can also continue to look down. One more inhale here. And exhale here. On your next breath in, release, extending the leg, bringing the fingertips back down towards the mat, or if you have two blocks, both hands can rest on your blocks. As you rise up halfway, pull that left knee in towards your heart, step that foot forward, exhale for a forward fold, prep for chair pose, inhale, rise up for chair. As you rise up for that chair pose, palms together, hands at prayer and at your heart space. Big inhale here. Sink the weight to the heels, lift those toes up. See if you can see your toes. Take a quick peek. And then bring your gaze back to forward. One more inhale here. Let that breath go. Inhale, rise up tall. Circle sweep your arms up. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, pull that right knee into your belly. As that right knee comes into your belly, exhale, the hands interlace around the hamstring. You actually have a second option now. So if you'd like to twist, take that left hand to the outside edge of your thigh, bring that right hand to your right hip. Maybe that right hand even extends back. If you want to extend the leg out, extend the leg out. If you prefer to stay right here and extend the leg, that's fine. All of those work. Draw a breath in. Let that breath go. One more inhale. Letting that breath go. When you're ready, release. Arms up towards the sky. If that leg is straight, pull the knee into the chest. Warrior three. Bow it forward, fan the hands back, or keep those arms towards the front. Another breath in, and that breath out. We're going to do this 2 times. Inhale to start to lift up. If you can keep your balance, pull the knee in, extend the leg out. Exhale, pull the knee in. Warrior three, how you see fit. One more breath in. Ooh, I'm wiggly today. Lift it up. Modify if you need to. Extend that leg out. Exhale, bow it down into warrior three. And if you need to come into standing split immediately, come into that standing split. On your breath, your time, step that right foot back, frame that left foot, step that left leg back into three-legged dog. Inhale, roll yourself into three-legged plank or regular plank. On or off your knees. Exhale, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back into your downward facing dog. We are going to take 2 to 3 inhales in child's pose. So lower those knees down, drawing that breath in, letting that breath go. Another full belly breath in. Let that breath go. Finalize that last inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise up into tabletop. Exhale, back into your downward facing dog. We have to repeat it on this side, so take your time. Inhale, extend and lift that left leg up towards the sky, bending the knee and stacking hip over hip. When you're ready to float your way over, send the weight of the body towards the front. Spin that right blade. Let gravity pull that left leg to the right side. Inhale, lift, push the hips up. Stay strong as you anchor your body. Remember, you can bend those knees to lower back down. Palm down to the mat, pivot back for three-legged dog. On your exhale, take that left knee, maybe tap that left elbow or somewhere in that area. Leg goes long. Exhale, cross it over. Little modification. You don't have to go so far. Exhale, knee into your chest. Step the foot in between the thumb. Assisted if you'd like. High crescent lunge on your breath in time. Reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, heads of the elbows pull down. Inhale, arms reach up. Side bend. Left hand to that left side. Right fingertips follow. Try not to collapse the thighs. Stay strong through your right leg. Inhale, back to center. Warrior two. As you work your way into warrior two, take notice of your stance. Relax the shoulders. Back hand down. Left palm flips. Inhale, reverse it. One more breath here. Extended side angle. Forearm on your thigh. Lift and extend that right arm up. Try not to hyperextend the shoulder. So what I mean by hyperextending the shoulder, I'm just changing my angle slightly. A lot of times people pull that arm way back. So it's hyperextending. Instead, lift up towards the sky right here. Breath in, breath out. Then inhale, reverse that warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, frame that left foot. Standing splits as you walk your hands forward, dragging that right leg up in that halfway lift with or without your blocks. Exhale, you can fold it down. On that next inhale, you can lift up halfway, curl this right heel towards the left side. This may be all you do today, or you extend and reach back, grabbing that right foot. Can grab the pant leg too. Kick the toes into the hand and the hand resist. Stay strong through your left leg. One more inhale. And then that exhale. And then when you're ready, release, extending that leg, bringing your hand back down to the mat. Breath in through the nose. Breath out. One more inhale and then exhale. Pull this right knee in towards the body. Step the foot down. Exhale for a forward fold. From that forward fold, chair pose. Inhale, we, chair pose. Bend the knees, sit the hips low, and then inhale, we rise up. Breath in, breath out, palms together, hands at heart space. One more inhale here. Letting that breath go. And then inhale, rise tall, sweep those arms up. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, left knee comes into your heart. As that left knee comes into your heart, hands wrap around the hamstring. Decide if you're taking that twist or not. If you are, sliding those palms to that left side of your body, extending the leg if you'd like. Some people can actually grab their toe and extend their leg. It depends on what side I'm working on. I always call it the Instagram side versus the non-Instagram side. But try to work on balancing both right and left side. To me, they're all beautiful. If you're in that twist, inhale, come back to center. If your hands are wrapped around the hamstring, we're all releasing. Inhale up, straighten that leg. Breath in, breath out, pull the knee in. Warrior three. We've got 3 rolling warrior three. So when you're ready, bow it forward. Let that breath go. Inhale, lift it up high. Knee can pull into the body. Can extend the leg if you'd like. Exhale, the knee bends into the body. Exhale, we bow it down into warrior three. One more, you've got this. Lift it up high. Extend the leg out. Bend the knee in. Exhale, bow it down. I know that right ankle is doing a lot of work, so are your glutes, but you've got this. Last one, inhale. Rise up, extending the leg. Last time, exhale, bowing it down. And as you bow it down, those hands come down to the mat or your blocks for that standing split. From that standing split, step back with that left foot as far back as it'll go. Float that right leg for 3-legged dog or regular downward facing dog. Last push-up plank that we're doing, or skip it and take yourself into child's pose, or let yourself take a round of cat-cows. Any of the above that suits your needs. When you've worked your way back to tabletop and then downward facing dog, or perhaps you're already in child's pose, we'll meet you there. Sink the hips back for that child's pose. Relax the heart down. Massage the space between your eyebrows. Catch your breath. Make it long, intentional. Reflect on that intention. Let that breath go. One more, just like that. Letting it go. As we take our next breath in, we all begin to lift and rise up together. From our knees, we come down onto our bottom. So when you're ready, shift the hips to one side, swing those legs to one direction, move anything that may be in your way. Take your time as you roll your back onto the mat and either leaving the soles of the feet down on the ground and allowing yourself to rock the legs right side to left side, or if you prefer, pull those knees in towards your chest. And then you can trace circles in the ceiling with the kneecaps, or you can even just rock side to side. Some people like the circles because it hits the hip points or the small of the back, that low lumbar area. Returning to center, we'll lower the soles of the feet down, setting up for 3 bridges. Hands down to your sides, pressing the palms into the mat, soles of the feet anchored into the earth. We'll inhale, lift our hips up. If you'd like to use your hands to guide the hips up a little higher, then just gently lift them up so that the shoulders shrug in. Lower the palms back down. Keep space between your chin and your chest. And then from here, thighs press up towards the sky, glutes squeeze nice and tight. One more inhale. And then rolling your shoulders out, you'll exhale, lower your back down to the mat. Take your feet a little wider if you need, and then swing those legs from side to side. Coming back to center, set up for that second bridge. In this second bridge, we are lifting our heels so that we can work on strengthening our knees. So on that breath in, lift the hips up. As you lift the hips up, maybe you allow your hands once more to lift the glutes up. As the palms come back down, lift the heels off the mat. As the heels lift off the mat, you might be able to find a little more height. Just make sure your low spine doesn't hurt. And if that low spine hurts, lower down immediately. Another inhale here. Squeeze the thighs together, even if they don't touch. And then exhale. Lower the back down as you slide those arms out. Windshield wiper, right side to left side. Final bridge. Setting up once more, palms to our sides, anchoring through the feet. Inhale, rise up. If you'd like to lift the heels again, lift those heels up. Maybe this time you interlace the hands, or perhaps you've done it all 3 times. If you have, maybe switch the direction, the wonky grip instead. And inhale through the nose here. Lift the hips up high. And exhale as you keep lifting the hips up high. And then inhale, we'll release our arms. Exhale, we'll bring our back to the mat. Decompress that low spine as you sway side to side. Returning back to center. Take your time as you pull that right knee in towards your chest and then that left knee in towards your chest. Any movement that you need, maybe a little happy baby. You can grab the blades of your feet. You can rock side to side. Extending the legs in any direction or even letting your feet touch. Last inhale here. And that exhale here. When you're ready, releasing, letting the soles of the feet come down to the mat, extending right leg and left leg, extending those arms over your head, big good morning stretch. Yawn if there's a yawn in you. And as you exhale, slide those palms down to your sides, bend those knees once more, release the tailbone, cross that right leg over the left quad for a little figure 4. If you want to take it more restorative, just let gravity do the work by keeping your left foot anchored or even placing your left foot on a wall or on your couch or on a chair's edge. If you'd like to manually do this, lift the sole of that left foot up, flex the right foot, interlace the fingers either around the hamstring or below your kneecap. Try to keep that tailbone down. Come back to your breath work. Slowly begin to release. Lowering the sole of that left foot down, extending that right leg up towards the sky. Maybe allowing yourself to massage the hamstring down to the glute, and then pull that right knee in towards your body. Relax that foot down to the mat. Inhale, lift that left leg up, cross that left ankle over for figure four on the opposite side. Find your favorite variation or adjust for your body's needs from right to left side. It's one thing to find balance in the body. It's another thing to force the body into positions that it's not ready for, or that particular day, it's just not there. Use your breath work here. About this point, the breath should be long inhales, deep exhales. You should feel that heart rate slowing down. Perhaps the body is even beginning to cool down now, as we were building quite a bit of heat, or perhaps maybe it was just me. Allow yourself to release. And as you release, lowering the sole of that right foot down, we'll inhale, lift that left leg up. Same thing if you want to massage the hamstring or even that IT band down to the glute. Massage towards your heart, so from the kneecap down. And then when you're ready, exhale, pull the left knee in towards the belly. Lower the sole of that left foot down. We'll inhale, take that big morning stretch once more. And then we'll exhale, cactus or T our arms, bending both the right and the left knee, lifting our hips, sliding them over towards that left side, pulling that right knee in, bringing the left one in, and exhale, twisting open towards our right side. If your back, your neck is tender, just keep looking to the right side. But if you need a little bit more, look up towards your ceiling and then possibly over towards that left side. If your left shoulder is lifted really high, see what you can do to relax it, but without forcing it. You might even want to wedge a blanket to support the shoulder until your spine has the ability to release. One more inhale here. Letting that breath go. Take your time as you neutralize the gaze back up towards the ceiling. Rotate your feet, your hips, your back down to the mat. Windshield wiper if you need to. Cactus or T those arms. Plant the soles of the feet down. Lift the hips up. Slide them over towards that right edge. Pull that left knee in. Drop that left knee to the left side. Pull that right knee in. Drop that right knee to the left side. Adjust the shoulders. Take the gaze when you're ready to your favorite position. All on your breath and time. Gaze back up towards your ceiling. Even if your eyes are closed, slowly begin to rotate your back, your bottom, your feet down to the mat. Decompress that body if you need a windshield wiper in either direction. And then coming to center, we'll pull those knees in towards our heart. We'll lift our head off the mat. We'll lift part of our back up as we give ourselves a giant squeeze or some kind of hug. Letting go on that inhale and exhale, releasing for our final resting place of Shavasana. If you need to support the knees, placing your blankets or pillows or bolsters to support the body. If you prefer legs up the wall, know that that's an option. And if you even want to elevate your chest, you can elevate your back to open the heart up. All your choice. Whatever you decide on, though, draw a full breath in when you're ready. And with love and gratitude, let it go. Allowing the breath to be natural and unlabored now. Allow yourself to release for rest and rejuvenation and nourishment for our mind and our body and our spirit. Bringing awareness to your space, to your physical presence. Begin by drawing a full breath in through your nose, letting that breath go. Invite gentle movement back into your fingers, your toes. Let yourself wiggle the wrists, the ankles. Then move your head from right side to left side, awakening the neck and the spine. Taking a big inhale, find yourself stretching nice and long, legs together, arms over your head. And as you exhale, begin to curl yourself into a small ball once more. Rolling over towards that right side when you're ready. Begin to lift into a comfortable seated position, facing anywhere you'd like. As you make your way into this comfortable seated position, allow your hands to rest wherever they feel the most relaxing or releasing for you, whether that's palms down, palms up, or hands in prayer and at your heart space. We'll draw a breath in together as we close our eyes. And we'll exhale, let that breath go, bowing to ourselves and to the practice and the journey we've shared. The divine in me salutes and honors the divine love and light in each of you. Thank you for being present, and thank you for being a part of my day and each other's day. From my heart to yours, namaste.